And you're going to be 16? 17.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
Oh, I remember those days. Before you know it, you're going to be 34, married with 3 kids and 2 dogs.
Wait, Nicholas, what?
And 2 fish. Or did the fish die?
Oh gosh, that's a long story.
So,
Okay. Take out number 13. And this is how we're going to start doing things, you guys, because you do need to do your homework. I'm not satisfied with just giving you a 0 if you don't have your homework assignment. Those of you who do not have assignment 13 to turn in today, you better go home, and on top of this assignment, you need to do assignment 13, and tomorrow you will turn it into this folder, because at the end of the day, I will be looking for it, and if you don't have it, you're getting a deficiency slip turned into the office.
Miss Allen, how many deficiency slips do you turn in on a regular basis?
Not me.
Herman?
I need to increase my production.
Really?
I need to meet my quota.
And viewers at home.
Right, moms and dads.
Make sure your children don't call. And they do that.
Tyson Julian. Who's the other one?
I think that's right.
That's it. Yeah.
20 students That's it. Okie doke. Now, let's look at some more problems here. Let's apply what we've learned. These are 2, looks like trapezoids. Can someone tell me if we know for sure if they are trapezoids?
Yes.
Yes.
The
Why?
top one, the same side interior angles are supplementary.
Excellent. Angle U and angle N are same side interior angles, and they are supplementary. Therefore, TU is parallel to EN.
Right.
Okay, so,
Wait, someone has his hand up.
my bad, Nicholas.
How do you know that they angles are equal? I mean, how do you know it's supplementary?
Because 90 plus 90 is 180, and they're supplementary. They're also equal.
To the larger scale?
Oh, because this is labeled, and actually because the instructions in the book say that these are similar, but I didn't say that yet, but they are similar, then yes, these are both trapezoids because the top 2, they have a pair of parallel sides, okay? Now, let's fill in the blanks and figure out the stuff we know. Since we know that TUNE is a trapezoid, can we find the measure of angle E? Raise your hand if you know. Okay?
Yes.
Tell me, what is it and how do we find it?
Wow. It has to equal 360, so you can add them and subtract.
Very good. All 4 of them have to add up to 360. What's another way we could find it easier?
Subtract from 180.
Subtract from 180 because if these 2 lines are parallel, then these 2 have to be.
Wait, how do we know that those 2 lines are parallel?
Okay, again, we know that they're parallel because if 2 lines are cut by a transversal and same side interior angles add up to 180, then the 2 lines are parallel.
Sounds like a theorem.
It is a theorem,
There, all these theorems we got to know.
which means that angle E is 45 degrees. Do we know the measure of angle T prime?
Yes, 135.
E prime
45.
and U prime and N prime are both 90 because corresponding angles of similar polygons are congruent.
Is that a theorem too?
It's part of the definition. It's a part of the definition of similar polygons.
So wait, then why would 28 and 35?
They're proportional. They're in a ratio. That's where we're going to find our scale factor. Because since we've been told that they are similar, now we're going to find all the missing sides. Okay? But before we can do that, we have to know what's the relationship between their sizes. So we identified 2 sides that we know both measures for. Okay, look, TE, I don't know this one. TU, well, I don't know the other one. 28, 35. Oh, there we go. Corresponding sides, I have both measures. All right. Now the scale factor must be in lowest terms.
4 fifths.
4 fifths. Very good. This scale factor is the first part of every proportion that we're going to use to find our missing pieces. Let's start by finding the measure of TE. If I don't know TE, I call it X. Where does it go in this ratio?
Top.
What goes underneath it?
5K.
5K. So what is it?
4.
4K.
K.
Okay? Okay. All right. Now, still using the scale factor 4 to 5, find the measure of UN. What is the ratio going to be on the other side?
X over 2.
X over 15. Very good.
12.
So X is 12. Excellent. Now we're going to find the measure of T prime U prime. How do I set it up?
16.
Excellent. This time the X goes at the bottom because what we don't know is part of the larger shape. And its corresponding measure is 16.
20.
20 is correct.
Josh, my goodness, why did he so bad?
Because he's doing this. 4 times 4 was 16, so 5 times 4 is 20.
He's gonna be doing
I can do
that.
it the other way.
Wait,
And-
don't erase, don't erase.
And here, when we did this, 5 times K was 5K, so 4 times K was 4K.
Can you go back?
Well, I erased it.
Oh, no, can you draw it again? The previous one.
The way Josh is doing it?
Yeah. X. So, oh wait, let me figure it out. X equals 20, now I get it.
Oh.
Okay,
Nick. One more smart comment from me.
let's look at this one. All right, let me unlock this because it's kind of tiny. It's tiny.
Nick.
Okay. Now, I hand drew these. That's why they're kind of funky looking. But anyway, what do you call these two shapes?
Pentagon.
Pentagons. These are two pentagons. And the book would have said they are similar. Okay? Now, because there are no letters to show us where the corresponding angles are, they have labeled for us 2 angles here and 2 here. And this is just to help us wrap our mind around the way these shapes are laid out, to be able to see what sides correspond to what. Okay? It's just one right next to the other. There's no flipping, there's no turning, it's just side by side. If we're going to look for the values of X, Y, and Z, what must we find first? The scale factor. And I do that by identifying 2 sides that are corresponding and I have both their measures. Huh? That's not what I'm talking about. It has to be one side on the big one and one side on the small one. Nope.
15.
Nope. I mean, yeah. 15 and 10. But the smaller one's going to go on top and the larger one on the bottom. Does everybody see where I got the 10 and the 15?
Yes.
Okay. That reduces to 2/3. That's the first half of every proportion that I'm going to use. Let's start by looking for X. Is X part of the smaller or larger?
Smaller.
So it goes at the top. What's its corresponding side?
12.
So what is X?
It's 8.
All right. Let's find Y. Does Y go on the top or the bottom? The bottom. 12 goes at the top because that's its corresponding side. So what is Y?
18.
18. Now let's find Z. Bottom or top?